When I was a kid, I used to have a recurring dream. I used to dream that I was in a fight and a battle for the planet. I was only about 7 or 8, but I used to dream it all the time. And I was fighting alongside other humans and animals, deers, rabbits, bears, you name it, I was fighting alongside. And we were fighting some unimaginably dark force that was just all pervasive. It was everywhere and it was coming at us from all directions. And there was a few of us who were standing strong and going, no, don't run, don't run. But every other being was just running away. And we were getting overwhelmed and swamped, and it was just too big. I mean, all of a sudden, all the animals and all the humans that had been running away stopped and started running back towards us. And they started shouting and saying, the trees are coming, the trees are coming. And I had this memory of a child of all these trees sort of striding, walking up on their roots with their branches, like their elbows on their arms, going, right, let's sort this lot out. And the trees joined in. And the battle was won. Everyone I know has got some type of idea about the end of the world. We live in apocalyptic times. We live in a time where, with 3 times more people alive on planet now than there was when I was born, it's a time where the media, the soothsayers, the forecasters, the predictors, they're having a field day. The concentration of population is building into this apocalyptic myth that we're heading for the end of the world. We're not. It's true that the Mayan calendar is the 5th cycle of a 5-cycle pattern of 5,125 years, which coincidentally, when added up and times 5, does each equal 25,680 years, which is the equinoctial cycle. It is the precessional cycle, which is a very long cycle in astrology and astrology. So it's certainly the mathematics certainly point to this time that we're living in as being some kind of end of culture, end of the world style development. But it's not going to happen the way that Orthodox religion or conventional theology or even hippy-dippy mysticism is going to have it. In many ways, it is the end of the world as we've known it so far. But to tell you, the way it's going to happen is not going to be through some type of cataclysm, unless, of course, humanity does not prove its veracity. If the human race does not justify its survival, then it will die and there will be a pandemic. And this will happen within a couple of 100 years. But that's probably not going to happen, because the concentration of population is pushing us into developing our own notions of psychic space, our own notions of self-empowerment, and our own ability to be able to make decisions for ourselves. We've never had a time where humanity's been so self-reflective. We've never had a time in history where we've got the opportunity to influence our futures so powerfully as we have now. Yes, December the 21st, 2012, the maths do work out. But I suggest that this represents a kind of nexus point for the consciousness revolution that I'm advocating, and I and many others. And that this will be seen in history as a time of some type of turnaround, where we as a group, as a community of individuals, yet autonomous within our community, we reach out and we say, no, enough now. We can do this for ourselves. We can be self-empowered. We don't need corporates, governments, political systems, gun runners, merchants of death, agrochemical merchants, drug companies running our lives. We can do it for ourselves. The best single thing that any human being out there can do for themselves and for their loved ones is to eat well. Eat your greens, eat your fruits, eat your minerals, eat well. Don't eat junk food. Look at the rise of obesity, look at the rise of diabetes, look at the rise of all these autoimmune illnesses. In the last 50 years we've had processed food. I, as a kid, was brought up on organic food. I'm not going to rant about this. This is the Mayan stuff. This is the 21st of December 2012 prophecy. But we're seeing an end of humanity in terms of you either think for yourself and you take responsibility for your situation, and that means looking after yourself, or you don't. In which case you will die. If not now, then sooner rather than later. It seems that we are at that point of transcendence now. We either make it or we lose out. And as part of I like to think that I have a degree of consciousness and free will and choice in this matter. So I'm going to be going into the next few days with all the positive energy I can. And for those of you that know me, for those of you that have seen my site over the last 12 years, you know I normally come up with a particular saying. And what day is it today? It's Tuesday. So another 48 hours, it's solstice. See you at the Stones.